Hello and welcome to the PlayVS AAA State Championship. I'm the Doxology. Alongside me is Rome DMV. Rome, how you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely incredible. Get to watch some more awesome high school Rocket League action. We've been going state to state across the entire country, and now we're going to be landing in Arkansas, home of Little Rock, the capital. It's going to be a good one, man. I cannot wait.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. And this is a huge league here. There was a 64 team bracket to get to this point, and it played out almost exactly how we could have anticipated in the 1 and the 2 seed between Alpha Team and Washed Rocket League. I mean, they played some really tough competition along the way, but Rome, when you're looking at a 1 and a 2 seed coming on top of a 64 team bracket, I mean, that's saying something.
Oh yes, exactly. You know, being able to come out on top, so many different challenges that you got to overcome, so many different teams are going to be throwing different strategies at you. You got to be ready for all of them, and that's exactly what both of these teams were able to do throughout the entire bracket, fight their way through, claw their way through, and here they are, December 14th. It's going to all be going down to decide who is going to be taking home that crown as state champion.
And you gotta love it. Like the way PlayVS sets up their seasons in this fall 2021 season. We've seen some LAN tournaments. We've seen some teams get the opportunity to exact revenge from previous seasons. And so now we're going into this 1 and 2 seed as we jump into game 1 of this best of 7. I am so excited to see who comes out on top and makes that first crucial score. We already have seen a demo, and I absolutely love it.
Oh yeah, coming out with some insane aggression already. You love to see it. Teams coming out, getting a feel for each other in this first game. You know, they don't want to be a little bit too reckless, you know, and then get themselves in a hole where they really can't dig themselves out of. So it's really just going to be all about playing passive, feeling the other team out, and making sure that you have your game ready to go.
You see already the shots coming through for a Washed Rocket League. I mean, Washed has done a good job so far. They've kind of rotated back, and I like that. You see them kind of rotate and pick up that boost and allow themselves to remain on defense and then flip-flop it when they get that fast break. You see Venom from Alpha Team trying to get it cleared out. You see Critical also good rotations. And this is something to be said on a game that is game 1 of a best of 7. That was a great save, and then another. They got back down and were able to make that secondary save, but the shots continue to come through from Alpha Team.
Yeah, and Washed RL right now doing a nice job on the defense. Finally going to be able to get a little bit of offensive pressure of their own after, honestly, Alpha Team, they've been doing a great job of keeping this offensive pressure on right back yet again. Not able to get that one in and almost shot on goal coming out for this Alpha Team squad. They're really pressing the issue right now.
I like it a lot. You know, when you think of a best of 7, sometimes these first games are a little bit sloppy or teams are trying to get used to the speed and the pace of play. But I'm guessing that these teams have probably scrimmaged and played against each other in the regular season and really kind of know what they're getting into, being the 1 and 2 seeds. As that goes off the top bar, and now it's going to get cleared out. Critical has to try to get back, and instead that's going to go the opposite way. And now you see a nice little chip into the corner, a shot on goal that goes just wide.
Yeah, barely missing right there. Finally, a nice offensive opportunity for this Washed squad. And hey, listen, they're looking anything but Washed right now because they're being dead even with the number 1 seed. Yes, they are the number 2, but hey, being number 1, it's a little bit more to that name. So here, we got to see if they're going to be able to pull off the upset here and potentially get this first goal. If they're going to be able to put that pressure on this Alpha Team, that can really do some damage for this squad in a really good way.
I like the aggression and I like the rotations. We've seen so many close shots like that. If they have one more person to maybe follow up with that 3rd and 4th shot opportunity, you know, you get that rotation where you kind of swing back around and you go for another shot quickly instead of going for the boost. Sometimes that's exactly what you need. Now Ethan trying to center it up for a Washed Rocket League. You see him just kind of clear it into the corner. Critical now gets it off the wall and into that midfield. Can anybody follow through? Ethan's there for the defense. A good back and forth. We're already only, 2 minutes left in this game. And so far, it hasn't really felt one-sided at all. It's felt very back and forth.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And that's what you love to see. Neither team wanting to make a mistake. Both squads coming out playing solid defense and just going to be letting their offense come to them. You don't see a whole lot of double commits on the offensive side simply because this team has trust in each other. They understand that both teams understand that, listen, they can make these passes. They can make these plays necessary when they are available, but they don't need to force it. And that's why you're seeing such solid defense coming out of both squads. Is this one going to slip through? No. Ethan going to be saving this one out.
Absolutely love the patience and then the defense of recognizing where it's going and then how to get back and get that save and clear. Not to mention, as they continue to pick up a lot of boosts, still 55 boosts for Jesus in goal too, making sure that he's set up to be able to clear it back out to Salute, and now they're on the attack. However, Alpha doing a good job of just sending it back, and it's almost like a tennis match. I mean, the way that it's just going back and forth on these long clears.
Oh yeah, exactly. Just volleying for that position right now, for that field control. And yeah, right now it's pretty much going to most likely come down to a golden goal scenario where only the first goal is going to be the deciding factor. So it's really just going to be about who's going to be wanting to take the risk and who's going to be able to make them pay. That shot not going to be able to come through from Venom, just a little bit too high there, but you can see the offensive aggression starting to come in. 40 seconds remaining. Is this one going to squeeze through? No. Another save coming in by Ethan. He's at about 3 of those already.
I love the epic saves. I mean, it just shows the patience and then the awareness as there's a big demo. This could be a shot opportunity. Critical using his boost, all boost to get back and get that into the corner. And now you see Karen play it off the wall, but instead it's met by Jesus. And now Venom going the opposite direction with 15 seconds. I mean, we're right at 10 seconds already, Rome. No scores on the board. Are we going to see extra time in game number 1?
Hey, listen, it's looking that way. Only a few more seconds, and yeah, this one's going to be going in the air. Let's see if we're going to be able to see some magic happening, and no, that is not going to be the case. We're going to overtime, and they say defense wins championships. That's certainly the case here.
Already into extra time. It is just game 1 and 0-0. And talk about two teams that are capable of putting some great shots on goal, but better defense as Ethan picks up another epic save. That ball was 3/4 of the way into the back of the net, and Ethan just said, no, I'm not going to give it up. And now Jesus with the center over to Salute. Salute couldn't get to it. You see Kron just clearing it out, and now Ethan coming up on the attack. Couldn't get it flipped up and over the defense. No, but Jesus is there. Now you see Kron coming the opposite direction. And Rome, these are just incredible plays right now of awareness of where the ball is going.
Yeah, absolutely incredible plays, man. So many saves have come through for this Washed RL squad. It is absolutely impeccable. There have been so many amazing offensive pressures from this Alpha team. And honestly, Washed RL, they're just letting them know, listen, you guys are not going to be able to score on us today. Our defense is absolutely incredible. Our rotations are looking immaculate. And just like, man, Ethan is absolutely going insane right now. Overtime, regular time, it doesn't matter. He's doing it all.
Hey, I mean, really, we're already a minute 15 into extra time. I mean, this is like a whole extra game that we're getting in a lot of ways. But the defense has been so good. You see Venom going up for it, Karan going up for it. And can they get that extra shot? There's Critical, and Salute just no boost. Can't get to it. Venom now, that's cleared out, centered, and almost a miss hit there by the defense. But now Washed, they're trying to get it cleared out. They haven't been able to. This is a good 20, 30 seconds that Alpha's been on the attack, and there's a demo, or at least a chip, as one of the players went flying out of view. And you see Critical coming back, getting the demo on Ethan, and now all the respawns come back. It's almost like a full refresh. We're 2 minutes in, Rome.
Oh yeah, man, this one is going quite the distance right now for sure. Both teams, not wanting to give up that first goal, because at this point, that first goal is not just a lead, it's a lot of momentum, because both teams are capable of knowing that the other squad can shut them down for over 5 minutes. So whenever you're in a situation where you're the top seed, you've been the top seed coming into every single match so far, pretty much except for this one where you're going to be facing off against the other top seed, you're going to be having that confidence that, hey, listen, we're going to be able to score at will. And now you're coming in facing the other top seed, and that's just not the case. It's such impeccable defense coming out from both squads. Whoever's really going to be able to break out and find that first offensive goal is going to be massive for the series.
Absolutely. Critical keeping it in the attacking zone for Alpha team. And you see him just continuing. They're playing it off the wall. Here's a shot. It goes off the top bar. And now another shot, but the defense stands strong. You see Ethan, I think he's had 6 epic saves in this game alone.
Yeah, Ethan is absolutely a terror. Usually you give the MVP to the player that's up there scoring the most goals. putting in that work, but right now Ethan's putting in the work on the defensive side. My goodness, you can see how quickly this squad in Washed RL can get back on the defense and have all three players in position to be ready to make a move onto that ball to make sure that nothing is going to be going into the back of the net. And I got to give it to this Alpha Team squad, though, for being relentless, being resilient with this offensive pressure. And oh my goodness, yes! Salute is going to be able to find the first one, and that is exactly what I'm talking about, defense into offense.
I mean, talk about having to really fight till the very end. We were 3 minutes plus into extra time before the first goal of this series came through. Like, you think about that, that's just incredible. All the replays that we're going to be seeing of all the saves that took place. Ethan, an absolute menace on defense, coming through time and time again, along with his teammates. I mean, this is just great Rocket League so far. And although the score is only 1-0 in that game, along with this best of 7 series, it's anybody's series at this point. I mean, Rome, that was just... Now, we got almost a full extra game out of that.
Oh, yeah, big time, pretty much, essentially. And, when you're looking at these two squads right now, I just got to give props to them because they are absolutely doing incredible out there on the pitch right now. They're really proving that they've been practicing, they've been shoring up those defensive sides, and I got to be honest, Salute, he was able to kind of get lucky and leak that one out to get that open goal. And, hey, listen, that's the problem if you're going to be going with these double commits, these triple commits. And so we got to see if Alpha Team, the #1 seed, is going to be able to answer back in this game, too.
Yeah, we're already underway in game 2, and if this goes anything like game 1, we're in for a long run. I mean, it's going to be a quite exciting battle between these two teams. It's been a battle of defense so far, but also the rotations. The teams that have rotated, both of them have done a good job of almost mimicking, but there's a little play from Karan up and over the defense. But again, the defense of Wash, they just know how to swing around. The communication's perfect right now.
Yeah, absolutely incredible plays. And listen, they're not going to be the #2 seed for nothing. They're trying to come in here and let them know, look, we should have been the #1 seed coming into this, especially if they're going to be able to shut this squad out. As right now, Alpha Team have not been able to find one goal to their name yet in this series. And, we've already been at about 10 minutes now of action. So big props to this Washed RL squad for being able to really put the clamps on them.
Yeah, just not allowing any of the shots to drop. They've allowed a lot of shots, yes, but as we say it, the caster curse comes through and Venom is able to sneak it in. You see, and this is where you get the second and third chance shots. You see Venom splitting the defense there with the wow celebration. Gotta love it. Rocket League is so good at allowing you to customize so much about this. I mean, we're talking 10 minutes into the series, though, where your #1 seed is finally getting a goal and their first lead.
Yeah, and that can be massive because, listen, it's not coming in an overtime situation where you feel the need, you feel that pressure, you have to score. No, they were able to do it on their own, at their own pace. So hopefully this Alpha squad will be able to get back into their groove because we know what this squad can do. We understand that there's a reason that they are the #1 seed coming into today in the entire state of Arkansas, ladies and gentlemen. They are not trying to mess around whatsoever with this squad. So that early goal in this game #2 is going to be massive for their confidence.
It's so exciting to see both of these teams just put it all on the line, too. I mean, when you talk about how big the league is, there was a 64-team bracket to get here, and now they've already shown up in just a game and a half of action and shown that this is going to be such a great series and a rivalry between Alpha Team and Washed RL. And so now, who's going to be able to kind of capitalize those little mistakes that might be made from either team? And to be honest, Rome, I don't know which team it's going to be, but I'm excited to be able to be here and see the amazing performances by players like Ethan and Salute. And then also on the other side, is Critical has done a good job in his rotation to get back, pick up those boosts, and apply a lot of help in the defensive side of things for Alpha Team.
Yeah, and one thing interesting to notice is that Critical, he is listed as their main sub, so it looks like they don't have their complete starting roster here today, so who knows, maybe that can have something to do with it, but honestly, Critical, he's been playing out of his mind so far in this series. He's been making a ton of great reads on the ball, so honestly, I don't feel like that's the issue whatsoever, but I just want to point that out to Critical. He's currently listed as their sub, so playing here today in the championship, what a better way to literally cement yourself on the main roster for a potential next season than And coming in, making some plays like this, man, Venom almost able to get the goal off the double touch, not able to make it happen.
Hey, you see them continue just fighting and fighting for this as we're already under a minute 50 left in this game two. It feels like it's game four already, Rome. Like the way these teams have gone back and forth, it really just is such a low scoring affair with so much action between. I'm surprised there's another demo as that glances off the post and in. Venom now with a 2-goal lead for Alpha Team. I mean, this shot is beautiful.
Oh, he has an absolutely beautiful goal coming out of him. And hey, like you said, 2-0 advantage now. And that could be the momentum that this squad needs. We all know that Rocket League, it's a game of momentum. If you can start to build that up on your side, it's going to spell trouble for the enemy team. And right now, I got to be honest, this Alpha squad, they're starting to put this pressure on Washed RL. And even though Washed RL shut them out for over 13, 14 minutes, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They're right back scoring, and they've gotten 2 goals in the last couple minutes. And hey, here we go, man. We got ourselves a series.
We do indeed. 1:13 remaining in this game to Alpha with a good response and a lot of really technical gameplay too from both of these teams. They haven't really given up too much, but Alpha team's just really good shots, just really good shots. And coming in from Venom, we'll see if Jesus is able to clear it out. No, that's going to go wide. 50 seconds remaining as this is going to come right down. Oh, that was really dangerous, but unfortunate for Washed RL. They couldn't complete it as that shot goes a long way from Karan, and that's going to drop in for a 3-0 lead coming into the final few seconds of this game number 2.
Yeah, nice advantage now for this Alpha Team squad. And like I said, that momentum, it's starting to build up. It's starting to accumulate right now for this Alpha Team squad. And I got to say right now, they are looking on an absolute roll to be able to keep this one going. And they're going to most likely look to continue to keep this momentum going into the next game. We see Venom trying to get the flip reset shot right there. Wasn't able to make it happen, though. So many crazy opportunities coming out for both squads. Finally, Alpha Team's able to capitalize on most of them.
Yeah, here's a shot coming through, and that is at least a momentum stopper, right? And when you get this goal, it might be a late goal, and it brings you within 2. But this a beautiful goal, too, at that. Just beating out the defense. A good job and a great shot there by Washed RL. But with 22 seconds left, you're down by 2. You've got to continue that momentum into the next game as well. If you want to carry it through, you got to get a goal here in the next few seconds. And that's exactly what they do. I mean, I guess if you look through it, Ethan recognized the timing and knows that, hey, look, if we're going to have a chance at this one, let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. And hey, listen, man, a 1-goal difference now for this squad. And hey, it's a game of momentum. 2 goals within the last 30 seconds. Let's see if they're going to be able to get another one. They've got about 10 left right now. Will this squad be able to do it?
That's going to get cleared out by Venom. That's going to float up. He's going to follow it up. No boost, though, as we're going to see triple zeros. Can they keep it up in the air? That's going to float down. Oh, my gosh, it's still alive. But no, it's going to touch down, and Alpha Team is going to take game 2 with a score of 3-2. And really, when you see the difference between game 1 going into 3.5+ minutes of extra time before we saw our first goal versus game 2. I mean, Rome, this was a lot more action and a lot more scoring like we expected.
Yeah, it looked like this Alpha Team squad was really starting to come into their own throughout this game. And then at the very end, Washed RL able to find some momentum of their own. So, hey, listen, going into this game 3 with the series tied up 1-1, I'm going to be expecting a lot of firepower. I'm going to be expecting a lot of goals as well, because I think these teams are starting to figure out these defenses out. So I'm excited to see how this rest of this championship series is going to play out.
Yeah, it's going to be great, especially going into game 3. A best of 7 turns into a best of 5. So this is a little bit of a different game setup now as they are warmed up. They know the defense. They know the rotation. Who's going to kind of exploit the little mistakes that maybe they've learned? And of course, in between games, they communicate with coaches and whatnot of what the game plan is going to this next game. As we hop into game 3, I mean, Rome, what is something that you want to see from Washed RL in response to dropping in game 2?
Well, shout out to Nathan Griffin, Washed RL's coach, because guess what? He's done a great job with this team through this season so far, and I know that he's going to be looking to coach his team to get this 2-1 advantage in this series right now. If I'm Nathan, if I'm talking to Washed RL, I'm saying, listen, we got to go back to that game 1 defense. We played incredible defense and let our offense come to us. Yes, we got down early in game 2, so we had to take some risks, and that might have hurt us a little bit more, but guess what? We know that our defense can be strong. Let's keep that wall tough, tight together, and really, really high, and let's see how this game 3 is going to be going right now.
Here we go. Game 3. We're all tied 1-1 in this best of 7 series in the AAA state championship here in the PlayVS 2021 fall season, and already off to the races. Here's a shot by Ethan, but that's going to be denied by Venom. A great job by Alpha Team, kind of rotating back through. Venom now with no boost, has to find a way to get his tires on the wall so he can get down quicker. Critical now, no boost, so he can't get that secondary shot. You see him go for that midfield boost, and now Venom with a good rotation back, and Salute going the opposite way as Ethan with another epic save for Washed RL. Just an incredible performance by Ethan. The defense has been so good all day long.
Yeah, and right now, this squad from Cabot High and Washed RL, they are going to need to, I don't know, they're going to need to make sure that this guy isn't going anywhere, because Ethan is looking like an absolute problem. If I'm going to be feeling comfortable in this match, it's going to be with Ethan at my back, making sure this defense is good to go. And as I say that, he's going to be letting one through with Venom getting the first goal of game number 3 for the Alpha Team.
Yeah, and this was just unfortunate as Ethan was caught off the side, not enough boost. Looked like he was coming up to the midfield line, maybe to help out, but instead, you just kind of give up those sometimes when you're on those rotations, and that's kind of an unfortunate goal, but at the same time, we've seen Wash respond pretty well on the defensive side of things, and now I want to see them get some of those shots on goal and see if one will fall through as they apply some offensive pressure here.
Here we go. You can see Salute right now try to make a play on a ball. Wasn't able to connect, though. Let's see exactly if this is going to be another offensive pressure situation. No. Venom going to be clearing this one up and away, making sure that that one's not going to be going in. Now you can see right as Critical, is going to be able to hit it right on back. And man, right now they are just volleying back and forth, ladies and gentlemen. This is really just a defensive show out right now. Both squads are committing on that defensive side, not trying to let anything else come through, because hey, if you're this Washed RL squad, you already made one error already in this game number 3. You cannot let the floodgates start to open.
Yeah, and the patience so far from players like Ethan and Salute to make sure that they don't overcommit in the air has really kept it in this 1-goal game. We're almost halfway through game number 3 as there's another shot on goal, but it's going to be kicked out just wide. You see Critical playing on that back wall as well. I wonder if he's going to try to disrupt some of the defense, maybe do a car bump or even a demo to open up some shot opportunities, but instead it's going the opposite direction now as Venom just trying to kick it up against the wall and get it past the defense, but Salude's there saying, no, I'm not going to really just give up anything easy.
Yeah, and let's see what this offensive pressure is going to be able to amount to right now for Critical. You can see he's coming in. He's trying to let us know who, guys. I'm going for these goals. I'm going to be making my name known today, and he hasn't been able to make them really count for much so far, but you can see he's so eager to make a goal come through for his squad. Another offensive pressure yet again out of this Alpha Team, but it gets thwarted yet again. Man, great defense as Venom's able to come back and make sure this one doesn't go into their net.
I mean, with 1:53 remaining in game 3, it's a 1-goal game. This is very reminiscent of game number 1, where we went into extra time at 0-0. Now, of course, Alpha did get that goal about halfway through, a little earlier than halfway through this game, but you see the way that Washed RL is just picked up on the defense, and it kind of picked up on their rotations as well to create these open opportunities. You see now Jesus with a nice shot off the backboard, and that's going to be a beautiful goal. And that is what you need. If you're Washed RL, you see Ethan just chip it up and then followed through by Jesus as the 2 defenders bite. And now all tied up, 1-1. Here we go.
Yeah, that was just a great play. Great communication coming out of them right there. You saw Ethan. He is not messing around. Beautiful play off the backboard, and they were able to come through and clean it up with the double touch. You love to see it, man. Beautiful plays coming out of these squads right here in the championship. And as you said, hey, listen, we might be seeing another overtime scenario right now, as this one is 1-1, only a minute 13 remaining, but you can feel the pace in this game, in this series, start to pick up. Both teams getting more confident on the offensive and defensive end, and it's starting to show. As Jesus Christ, he's going to be able to put one in the back of the net. That's 2-1 advantage for Washed RL.
And honestly, this is all made by Salud there, disrupting the defense. You see him come through, didn't quite get enough of it to get a shot on goal, but instead was able to disrupt that defense enough to allow Jesus to come through with that follow-up shot. And now a 1-goal lead with 1 minute remaining. It really comes down to find a way to kind of disrupt this defense on both sides of the ball, right? Like whether or not you're able to get maybe an extra demo or a bump. You see Karan just playing that against the back wall, and all three players are there. You saw two commit to it. That was dangerous for Alpha Team.
And you see right now, Ethan, he was almost to set up a nice goal situation for himself, but Ethan going to be doing his job, getting back on this defensive end now. And hey, 30 seconds remaining right now. All this Washed RL squad has to do is hold on, play this defensive shell that they are so comfortable in doing, but they're not going to be stopping here. Why is very interesting. They're just going to keep on putting this pressure on. They are just wasting time right now. They understand what they can do, how they can lock down this squad. They just need to do it for a few more seconds. Oh my goodness, that's what I'm saying. It's so tense right now. They cannot let anything go through. 5 seconds remaining.
As the redirect comes through, here's a double shot. Can it fall? Oh my goodness, it's right in front of the goal, but they can't get to it. And Washed RL, the defense holds on as they take game number 3, 2, 1, and talk about a close game.
Oh my goodness, literally came down to the wire. You saw the ball. It was walking on the tightrope of that goal line, but it was no, sir. Beautiful plays out of Washed RL. They came back from being down 1-0 in that game to come out and be victorious. Now they're up 2-1 in this series, and that is exactly what I was looking for out of this squad. Shore up that defensive side, let your offense come to you, and get a little bit more comfortable. They did all three things.
Honestly, I'm impressed by the poise right now of all these players, because when you're thinking of a championship game, right? Like you've spent your entire season training for this, working for this. And like you mentioned, Critical is the top sub for Alpha Team, and he's coming out and playing with such poise and really the good rotation, communication. I can only imagine the comms that are going on during some of these really close shots and goals that are just going wide or just getting, epic saved. As we jump into game 4, this has been a phenomenal series so far, and now Washed RL, the 2 seed, with a 2-1 lead in this best of 7 series. They're off to the races already. Here we go.
Yeah, and I'm honestly looking for a game 7 at this rate. The way that these teams are going back and forth, both teams are looking poised and ready to take over this series at any point in time. So I'm going to be expecting a lot of back and forth action the rest of the series, as we've already seen through these first 3 games. You can see already they're just going to be jockeying for position, just really volleying back and forth, looking for these openings to start to create themselves. And right now you can see this squad in Washed RL just staying on this defensive end, letting their offense come to them.
And they're doing a good job of kind of keeping it out of that center too, where you can't get any of the easy shots. And some of those side shots that we've seen Venom already drop a couple in. I mean, that's incredibly difficult to make the angle correct to be able to glance one in from the side. But they're taking out a lot of the centering and attacking it in the corners and off the walls, which is quite impressive.
Oh yeah, and you see Karan, he was setting up the shot. That is going to be thwarted yet again. Beautiful plays coming out of both defenses right now. You can see the ball yet again is going to be on this Washed RL side, but Wash, they're doing a great job of playing this defensive side. Rinse, wash, and repeat right now. That's the saying for their defense, because they're looking absolutely impeccable.
Yeah, 3:30 remaining in this game number 4. And like I said before, this feels like it's already game 5, game 6, in the fact that in the first game, we got 8+ minutes of Rocket League before the first goal even went down. So you kind of wonder, do these players ever get like ultra fatigued at playing a specific pace or at playing a specific defense? or are they just so well trained that they're ready to go at game after game after game?
Hey, listen, when you're the number 1 and 2 seed, I can only imagine the amount of hours that you have put into Rocket League. I'm sure they've had plenty of days where they start playing at noon, keep on playing until noon the next day. You know, simple as that. These players have definitely put in the time, the dedication. I'm sure 100% they're ready to go for the long haul. This is the championship, and both teams are feeling ready. You can see the offensive pressure starting to come out from both squads as they're looking to open up the floodgates here.
Halfway through game number 4, zeros across the board. You see the defense, Venom, trying to kick it out to the boards, and now Jesus playing very patiently. I like that. I like that patient play of just stopping it, not trying to hit it back into the corner, but just playing very wise, patient. Use some boost, throws it over to Ethan, but instead the defense comes up from behind and is able to kind of clear that one out. And sometimes that's the best play, is to hit it into your own corner and get it out of that centered area. Now Salud playing it off the wall. That's going to get cleared, but instead it goes the opposite direction, and Karan plays it off the post and then into the back of the net, and Alpha Team with a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, beautiful play for Karan, able to have the nice double tap off the side. Beautiful plays right there. You know, that one was pretty easy for him, if I do say so myself. But hey, listen, easy. We'll take those ones all day. That's a 1-0 advantage for this Alpha squad, where everything's looking easy for them right now.
I mean, that came 3 minutes into game 4 as well. Like, it wasn't like it was 30 seconds in. It wasn't a minute in. I mean, this has just been such a technical game between the two with defense. You see Ethan utilizing the boost to get that demo. Sometimes that's the best thing to do. Other times not, because that respawn allows him to go right back into the box with that little bit of boost that you start with.
See right now, Jesus, oh my goodness, I thought he was going to be able to hit that one in. That would have been a beautiful redirect right there off of his car, but not able to make it count. Oh my goodness, that would have been the equalizer right there. You can see Venom right now. He's going to be coming in, dribbling this one down, try to juke out the defense. Ended up not working out, simply because, guess what? This Washed RL squad, their defense has been absolutely impeccable, and it's going to be so hard for this Alpha squad to be able to find these goals, just because of the consistency that the Washed RL squad has had throughout this entire game. Just like that. Oh my goodness. Salute. Beautiful save right there.
They're not giving up. I mean, they're applying the pressure where pressure's needed to be applied, and they're picking up those demos. And now Ethan trying to get that cleared out. That's going to play off the ceiling and the back wall, but instead it's going to be chipped back into it. Can Karan get the shot on goal? That's going to hit the top shelf.
Oh!
Can anybody follow it up? No, it's going to be cleared out. This shot is going to go just wide. And oh my goodness, Rome, it's so close. And now we're 30 seconds in. It's a 1-goal game. Can Washed RL find the back of the net and force some extra time in game 4?
Yeah, I know Karan and Critical are both looking at that goal opportunity that each of them had and saying, you know what, I wish that I had that one back. But hey, listen, it doesn't really matter for this squad if they're able to hold on for the next 10 seconds. Because listen, if all you can score is 1 goal, that's all you need. But guess what? They're going to be adding insult to injury. 7 seconds remaining. This is going to be a beautiful play coming in from Venom as he's able to put it in the back of the net.
I like the coming up and then being able to readjust in the mid-air to make sure that he hits that down and away from the defender. And now with just 5 seconds remaining, it's all but over in game number 4. And we're going to see Alpha Team tie things up with a 2-0 victory. I mean, when you're looking at these teams, we're all tied up, and now a best of 7 turns into a best of 5 room. But one of the things I've noticed is that these teams are almost mirroring each other in the way that they rotate, pick up boost, and then continually help each other out with the second and third blocks and saves. I mean, it's been really, really impressive how just absolute close these teams are on defense and offense.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, top 2 seeds coming into today. There's definitely a lot of similarities with these squads for sure. I gotta be honest though, when the series is all tied up 2-2, first one to win the next 2 games is going to be your champion, ladies and gentlemen. It is coming down to the wire. This is where the nerves start to come out a little bit. This is where you start to knees weak, arms are heavy. You know, like everything's going downhill right now. So we'll see exactly how these squads are going to be able to go into this game number 5. How poised are they going to be? Let's find out right now.
I mean, just a couple seconds in, you see a lot of boost used by Alpha Team, trying to disrupt that kickoff, and they already get a shot on goal from Venom, but Jesus is there to get the save, and now he's coming on the offensive side, tried to get a shot, and then it looked like he was going for the car to bump him out of the way.
Yeah, wasn't able to make anything crazy happen out of it, though. Both teams right now just jockeying for position, as we've seen so many times between these two teams early on in the game right now. You see Ethan, he might be setting up a little offensive play. 3 players are on the defense. Is he going to be able to beat them all? He is able to squeeze it past, almost creating an incredible 1v3 opportunity for himself. My goodness.
I mean, Ethan's played so well on both sides of the ball today, and no matter what happens in this series, I do think that each and every one of these players are going to be put on that watch list of, wow, this is what they're able to do on a championship level. And so you've got teams, you've got colleges looking at them, you've got people who are going to be able to kind of keep an eye as they progress in their Rocket League careers. And I absolutely love that about Rocket League, is they've created a competitive platform that you can start at a young age and just continue to amplify your gameplay all the way through to college and beyond. And so here we just see them continuing, going back and forth. You see the demos coming through. We're a minute and a half in to this game number 5, and it's still 0-0.
Oh yeah, big time. 0-0 right now. A lot of defense coming out yet again from both of these squads. It's just been absolutely impeccable, the saves that we've been able to witness so far. And hey, as you touched on, man, shout out to PlayVS for being able to put on such an incredible situation for these high schoolers, because guess what? High school is where you start separating from the pack. If you're wanting to be a superstar or let the world know that you're a superstar, high school is always where that ends up happening. It usually doesn't happen in middle school. Middle school, you might see some potential, but high school is where you really set yourself apart from the competition. And Venom trying to do that now on the offensive end, as he's going to be adding another goal to his tally for the series.
I mean, and talking about setting yourself apart, Venom has really shined for Alpha Team, making the right shots in the right moments, being able to put the positioning of his teammates to his advantage, being able to recognize who's off ball movement is creating those open shots, and then capitalizing on them with a beautiful shot. And this one goes all the way the distance, and that was a Hail Mary from Jesus as he gets it just past the defender. It looked like Venom was there, but look at this redirect as he puts it on the far side. Venom can't get to it, and a beautiful goal by Washed RL.
Yeah, and exactly what they needed to equal this one up. Didn't need to wait too much longer. We're only about halfway through this one time-wise, and it's all tied up 1-1. We're tied up 2-2 in the series, ladies and gentlemen. The next team to win 2 games will be your champion. Hey, listen, I'm going to put you on the spot, Docs. Who you got winning the series?
Well, I'm literally watching as shots are going into the back of the net, and the defense is literally grabbing them and pulling them out of the goal and then throwing it the other way. I mean, it's just an impressive game right now, and this series is just so exciting between Wash and Alpha. I'm gonna say right now, I think Alpha has a little bit of the edge. I know they're the first seed, and I know that Wash has done a really good job on defense, but I think Wash at the end of the day haven't been able to kind of capitalize on some of their easier shots or some of their second and third opportunities the way that Alpha Team. So I'm going to go ahead and say, as of right now, Alpha. But hey, we got a minute 43 left in this game 5. So my opinion could change very quickly if Wash is able to put a couple goals up.
Oh yeah, and that's exactly what they're going to be able to do potentially here. No, this is going to be yet again another offensive pressure for this Alpha Team squad. And hey, listen, man, you're going to roll with Alpha Team. I'll go ahead and roll with the underdogs. I'll take the second seed. I'll take Washed RL. I think Ethan has been absolutely putting in work today on this defensive end. And yes, you got Venom on the other side with Alpha Team, who's been putting in work on offense. But defense wins championships, baby. So I'm riding with Ethan, as they're going to be going up 2-1 off the back of a beautiful, beautiful goal.
I mean, that center across, I mean, it was just a beautiful pass, recognizing that his teammate Salud was coming all the way across. He had 2 defenders on him, and Jesus was able to pass it all the way across the pitch and into the soft hands of his teammate that just was able to lay it up essentially into the back of the net. And now 60 seconds remain. Rome, this is it. Like, this is where the momentum pushes into a game that one of these teams is going to be on match point going into this next game.
Oh yeah, exactly. And hey, we don't know if this Alpha squad has even been in a situation during this tournament where they've had to go to a match point. So who knows, man? Maybe this Washed RL squad is putting on the pressure that this Alpha team just hasn't felt yet. And right now, they're doing an incredible job. They're leading in this series. They only need to hang on for 30 seconds. We know how good their defense can be. They just got to be able to do it for a little bit longer.
23 seconds remain. You see the defense coming through from Washed RL, trying to clear it out to midfield. You see Critical coming up. A nice little chip over the defense. Ethan's going to play it off the wall, but Venom's there to get it back centered up. That's going to get chipped very wide, but Critical tries to get it up in the air, and now it's a 1-goal game.
Oh.
Can Venom get the redirect? It's off the wall, and another shot comes through, but the save is strong by Jesus, and that is an incredible save, and Washed RL is going to be able to take game number 5. And when you're looking at just a pure standpoint of defense, you said you're rolling with Washed, and like I said, my opinions can change really quickly on it. But what I'm most impressed with is how quickly their team is going from defense to offense and utilizing the boost correctly, as well as utilizing their teammates to open up shots like this one right here. Salute all the way across the pitch into the back of the net. Congratulations on them. That was a great game. I cannot wait for game 6 coming up. Anything that you would say that you would tell Washed right now in moving forward into this match point game where they can walk away as the Arkansas State champions?
Don't get cute. It is that simple. You got to keep playing your game. It's gotten you this far. Let your defense turn into your offense. You don't need to go for these crazy offensive pressure plays. Just keep on playing your game. Be sound, be true, and you'll be taking home a championship here shortly.
You know, it's an old method, but it's a valid and a very good method. Is the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Don't allow yourself to try to overcomplicate an easier setup or a smart setup in your rotation and playing 1 forward or 2 forward and 1 back. However you have planned and practiced, do that. Just keep it simple to what you know and what your team is comfortable with, because so far, if this is what they're comfortable with, I mean, we've had 3 games back-to-back that are 1-goal games. I mean, This has not been any specific blowout other than game 4. Excuse me. Game 4 was the only one that was 2-0. I mean, but even then, one of those goals was kind of a lucky shot. So we'll see whether or not, these teams are able to respond. Alpha has to respond, though, right here, and they have to get a couple shots on goal.
Yeah, they're already getting some good offensive pressure out, but you see the defense of this Wash squad, it is going to be prevailing yet again. Now 1 minute through, how are they going to be answering? You can see all of them coming back on this defensive end. They understand what they need to do. Can't be letting plays like that come through. Nice communication of Jesus, able to thwart this offensive pressure yet again, but you can see they are back on it yet again. Is this one going to be fortuitous? No! Oh my goodness!
My gosh.
Barely saved at the very last second. Washed RL, they are putting on an absolute masterclass of a defensive show.
I mean, I've heard the term Jesus saves, but that was incredible.
Yeah, that was absolutely by far one of the wildest saves that I've seen so far. And hey, listen, who better to do it than Jesus, right? As simple as that, man. As simple as that. Man, I gotta say, man, this squad in Washed RL, they have impressed me to the utmost, to the absolute utmost point, because they are absolutely incredible on this defensive end. And if they've been playing defense like this the entire tournament, the entire season, I don't know if any other team has even put a goal on the board against them at this rate. They have been absolutely impeccable. And this Alpha squad, even though they've been able to put up numbers all season, they have really struggled here against this Wash team.
And what's incredible is these saves aren't always the shots that you would think. These are the deflects where they're hitting it towards their own goal, but they recognize that they need to get it cleared up over the goal or off the post on the sides. I mean, it's so incredible the way that they're kind of processing this through. And now you see a long shot all the way through. He beats the defense. Can he play it off the wall? He gets a nice glance, but a nice save by Venom following that up. What an incredible save. And Alpha team not about to give up or go down without a fight. We're 0-0-2-0-7 remaining. A nice little flip shot from Karan, but the defense stands strong for a Washed RL. Rome, this is just an incredible, incredible back and forth performance from both teams.
Yeah, Jesus almost able to put another one in the net right there. That would have been massive to get that early lead in this game right now. We all know that this could come down to a golden goal scenario, ladies and gentlemen. One goal can decide it all. That's why you see the defense holding strong for both squads yet again. Ethan coming through with yet another save to his name. He has been absolutely putting on a show. And hey, listen, I'm just here. I'm glad I got to witness it.
No, I mean, at this point, this does not feel like a high school state championship. This feels very much like the next level of gameplay. Some of these players are just, they're playing out of their minds on the defensive side of things, the aerial control, and I can't wait to see these players progress in their Rocket League performance. What is that shot? What is that shot? Karan with an impossible mind-bending, air-bending shot from the corner, wraps around the defense off the post into the back of the net, and Alpha Team with a beautiful goal. 1 goal lead with 1:11 remaining in this game 6.
That was absolutely impeccable. My goodness, that angle was absolutely insane, to say the least. Like, I gotta give it to him for being able to curve that one in. Beautiful play coming out of this Alpha squad. That's exactly what they need. That might be the momentum to really shift it into their favor overall. Just need to hang on now. 50 seconds left. It's crazy how the turntables right now, as we got Washed RL, they got to be fighting with from their heels unless they want to see a game 7.
I mean, they continue to fight. What I absolutely love is you see the rotations of Wash. They're already set up on defense, ready to combat this attack, and then they're ready to push it the opposite way. You see Venom trying to keep it into the attacking zone and just allow themselves. Ethan, I don't know how you just redirected that out into the corner. I thought that was going to be centered up and a goal for Alpha Team, but instead Ethan somehow got enough of his vehicle on that, as now the shot comes through, it goes wide, and who else but Jesus coming out of nowhere like a dove flying from heaven, just knocking this into the corner of the goal. And now we're all tied up in Rome. I don't even know. I don't even know at this point. There's 11 seconds left.
Yeah, that was literally a savior coming through at the last second to tie this one up for this Wash squad. And ladies and gentlemen, we might be seeing our second overtime, but I'm not going to call it that just yet, as this ball does go back up and they're going to beat it down immediately. They said, no, we'll see you in overtime. Let's take it to the extra time where 1 goal can be deciding your Arkansas Athletic Association Rocket League State Championship.
All of it comes down to this, and it's a reminiscent of game 1. 3.5 minutes plus into extra time before we saw our first goal, and now we're 20 seconds in. You see the midfield battle as that chips up off the ceiling. That's going to go kind of back and forth on the midfield line. Critical comes up, gets it cleared out, throws it over to Karan. That looked like it was kind of a shot, but also just trying to float it into the corner to allow his team to pick up some boost and come back with a secondary attack, and I absolutely love that.
Yeah, right now, this squad, they're playing solid defense yet again. You can see the offensive pressure coming out of Alpha. It seems like Alpha right now, that is their game plan, our offense versus your defense. And I got to be honest, right now, that's the game that Washed wants to play. They want to let you keep on attacking until you make a mistake. Oh my goodness, that was almost a mistake. That's exactly what I'm talking about. They can leave their net open, and that defense can immediately turn into an offensive goal for this Washed squad.
This is going to bounce off the back, and it hits the post. What a shot, as he wants it back and wants another try. Salud with the demo, and that's going to be a miscue. You see Salud try to get it shipped into the middle. Ethan going up for it and gets it all the way cross pitch. And now Jesus tries to play it off the wall, but instead it's going to be met by Venom. It's going to go back the other way. You see Karan playing it off the wall. That's going to be centered. Ethan now just continues the momentum of it to push it all the way through. Now Venom with a shot. Jesus is there with the save to kind of clear things out. And now they're going the opposite direction. There's going to be a big hit right in front of the box, but Venom's able to redirect himself and get back out and push it onto the attack of Alpha Team, as Alpha Team trying to force a game 7. We're two minutes into extra time of game 6, and it just continually goes back and forth as both of these teams do not want this series to end now.
Yeah, big time. And hey, listen, I don't know if there is church on Tuesdays, but right now Jesus is here alive and well for sure. He has been putting a statement on this overtime so far, and he's probably going to be looking to put one in the back of the net. Nice play coming out of Karan, but it might come back to bite them. Salute. Are they going to be able to put it in? Yes! Jesus gonna be the savior, and my goodness, they are going to be your Rocket League state champions for Arkansas.
I mean, what a performance by this washed RL team. I mean, Rome, you said you were sticking with them, and honestly, every single game they won. Game 1, 1-0 overtime. Game 3, 2-1 overtime. Or not overtime, excuse me. Game 5, 2-1. And then game 6, 2-1 overtime. I mean, just an incredible performance. Both of these teams extremely close, but almost went the distance with the full 7 games. I can't wait to see what they're able to do next season, but congratulations to Washed RL. You are the AAA champions right here as we look at the brackets, the finalized bracket, the number 2 seed with the upset on the number 1 seed.
Man, oh man, a lot of people didn't know if this Washed RL squad was going to be able to do it. But hey, listen, this squad from Cabot High, they come out victorious today, taking down the number 1 seed in Alpha Team. And hey, I got to give props to them overall. They looked anything but washed. They looked absolutely clean today, man. I got to say, they looked incredible. Every single play that they made on the defensive end was so clutch. And if they go back and watch this VOD back, they're going to be saying, man, we were scraping by with this one. Our defense really saved us this time.
They did such an incredible job, and congratulations to Alpha Team as well, running up as the runners up. I mean, they made it all the way through a 64 team bracket, and when you think of that competition, it's just so impressive. And the way that PlayVS has their season set up, I can't wait for next season to see how they're able to amplify their gameplay. It's going to be so exciting. But from PlayVS, I'm the Doxology. Alongside me, Rome. We're going to say so long, and we will see you next time.
I'm on my way, yeah. I'm on my way, yeah. Man, I'm on my way, yeah. And I can do this all day, man. I'm on my way. Said I'm on my way, yeah. I'm on my way, yeah. I'm on my way, yeah. And I can do this all day, man. I'm on my way. Said I'm on my way. Stop that.
Yeah, I hear him chat to the noise. Can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Nice keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. They tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution.
Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but man's keep walking. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls let it tell me Ocean cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let